Hello everyone, I'm Maski. My last Age of Wonders 4 video did amazing. Thank you everyone for your support of the last video. I'm surprised by the fact that it had so many views considering I wasn't going in like totally just getting those kind of videos in, and I think that worked out pretty well for me. Now we're back with Age of Wonders 4, and today I'll be playing as Silverleaf, and I'm not taking her first name. Yeah, no, that name is pretty hard to pronounce for me. Anyways, Silverleaf. What the hell? Why did I read Silverwell? Silverleaf is the first Elves playable faction, and my objective with her in this video will be to get a magic victory. Reason I say magic victory is that basically all of her trees and skills align with it. Now I could go with something different, but maybe that's for later on when I play a different type of first Elf. For now, though, we're looking at Silverleaf, who is gonna be our main objective with magic victory. She's a good alignment character, so obviously I'll be playing her as a good guy. Her affinity distribution goes by 3 in nature, 2 in order, and 1 in astral. And her hero perks are that she gives 10% boost in goals, and increases the city stability all around by about 20 points, which is great considering that we will be focusing on early expansion because we are going for a magic victory, and I want to get all of the gold wonders as quickly as possible. And our starting tomb is the Tomb of Beast. I believe it's a tomb that falls under nature affinity, which will basically give us like stuff that is good with animals. And having as many wild animals as possible is one of the main focus of this playthrough, because a lot of the tombs that I will uncover later on, or research I would say in this game later on, it basically belongs to nature and buffs them. And it is basically great with just having wild animals all over the gameplay, or in general just having something like an enthralled a troll, I think so that's what they're called, or a level 5 mythical creature. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, the big boy that we had in the previous video, that guy. Having that guy is just great, having all everything related to nature in general, because it's just going to give them massive buffs later on. Our hero is also pretty powerful with a starting bonus of +2 affinity in nature, which means that she'll be great all with all of her nature upgrades we give to her every 4 levels. We'll also start off with Wildlife Sanctuary, which is a special province improvement which gives us food in our settlement. And finally, we have our skill pack leader. The skill is basically good for having a lot of animals in our party. It greatly increases our party's efficiency in battle, which can help us win many battle. And it's great, honestly, because of the +10 attack, I believe, whenever there is an animal in the adjacent tile of our leader. Now that we are done with the basic stuff, let's talk about what our goal of the video is. We're gonna start off simply with pure expansion, and wherever we find gold wonders, we're going to try and overtake those wonders by building the city near them. I say we need to take all the gold wonders, and the simple reason is so that we can just bind the gold wonders. Okay, we can just bind the gold wonders with our spell called binding spell, which takes about 14 turns in the 4th tier, I believe, or 3rd tier. I don't remember. But yeah, you research that spell, and what that spell basically does is bind wonders to you for until and unless somebody overtakes that wonder. Until somebody overtakes a wonder, you have that wonder all to yourself. But for that, we obviously need to build cities near that specific wonder, and that's the only way we can actually win the match in a magic victory, because we have to make sure we use a tier 6 tomb. Secondly, we have to bind the wonder. for at least 15 turns to win. So it's basically expansion victory where you have to light the beacon, but in this case you have to mine a wonder. This was not that boring though. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there are any big threats since the nature tree and the first shells together, mashed up together, are pretty powerful all around. If anything surprised, I'm concerned that no one gets expansion victory done before I get the magic victory done. So it takes a good chunk of time to research those spells, and I'm hoping we can get the research tasks as well as that, where we can increase our research and reduce the research time of our spells. So with that all in mind, I just began my match. Without thinking too much, I started researching wild speaker. Now wild speakers are necessary for me since I'm going for mostly an animal composition, and the wild speaker is such a good animal booster. It basically does the same thing what our leader does, but just a little bit worse. That's it. You also find a pinnacle, a tier 1 for Self City. I don't really think that it's gonna be that relevant later on, so I'm just gonna like put it up right now. Right after that, we find out Aurora, a Radiant, who I thought would be our enemy, but they literally never warred against us. Like, literally. In fact, later in the game, we just became friends with her. Like, what? I thought they hated us at the start of the game, and we even threatened them. I don't know, man. AI is weird. After that, we met Helen Taylor, another opponent. She seems like like she was in a void or something, because we couldn't interact with her. And right after that, we found this bad boy. Oh, he's gonna get bodied to death. We found another free city which had owl people in it as well, which is kind of weird. I don't know, man. See, these guys have weird stuff going on for that. We also started summoning some animals, like little piglets being the first animal that we get. Tomb of Roots. That was my next research since it's related to the nature affinity. A good full nature affinity with First Elves, since their leader has good passes with nature affinity, which makes her basically unbeatable in later stages, and you understand what I mean when we get to the later stages. But for now, we found a dragon. That's a dragon? Seriously, I didn't think that we would be getting a dragon who looks like that, but yeah, that's a dragon. Now, just to get you guys to what those things are, like my animals, what they are capable of doing with our leader. Just this is just a demonstration. It's pure chaos. Like, it is pure. It shows how strong our leader is. Just look at it. You can't tell me that when these animals are near our leaders, they don't get crazy strong, because they literally take no damage, which is already great. And just having them in a party in general just works well for me, because they're just that good. Honestly, they're just that good, and we continue on with that. So just look at how little this wonders enemy do damage to us. It's so crazy. Since I knew we can beat Bronze Wonder no issues, I just said like, screw it all, and we decided to go for the Gold Wonder. But before that, we did create a city named Sunspire, and we named our first leader Rishu Chuttar. I don't I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't help but laugh at that. It just means Rishu's ass. That is literally what it means, and Rishu is a close friend of mine. You can go follow him. Shouts to you, Rishu. Don't say I never did anything for you, alright? Don't you dare. I'm gonna kill you otherwise. Anyways, we also found the hunting dwarves, who are another one of our opponents. We'll get to them later though. That's because I researched a tomb and started researching our next tomb, Tomb of Glade. And so we finally decided to declare war from early on in this match. These guys were harassing us constantly with their free cities, so I decided enough is enough. I declared war on them since we had grievances with them. Again, just to show you how strong our characters are, alright? This was a 9 on 6 battle, but we had promoted units as well as animal buffs. Our character just straight up nailed past these guys, no problem whatsoever. Like, that's how powerful the elves are in late game. They get even more powerful to a point that they don't even take damage. That is crazy powerful, alright? In midst of all this, I just realized we have 2 dragons in the game which we met. I don't understand. Why do dragons look like that to me? Like, oh, am I missing the memo here? I thought dragons were supposed to be like huge, massive creatures which fly in the air, right? What are these? I don't know, man. That feels weird. While we are at it, we also create another city. And also start researching on another tomb. The Tomb of Fertility. I'll take the first two. After taking the two of these guys' city, he wants to peace with me. I say, yeah, sure. I believe I took the cities that were necessary. I was like, yeah, sure, we can use the cities as our island cities and get resources from here. And that's exactly what we did. Until we built another city on the same island as our city. He dared to do that. We'll get him for that later on since we are on a peace treaty right now. We get some cycles, Tomb of Cycles, after Tomb of Fertility was researched. We're getting really good with our magic stuff and we're also expanding well. So we'll let ourselves expand even more. We also get a scanner while we're at it. A Fate reference for anybody who knows. Fate Zero, boys. And now we are going to war against Xander. And now the awaited battle. No, seriously. This battle is just crazy. Just keep watching. So we decided to go with our main team that had Silverleaf in it. And boy, they were strong. We had our animals, alright. We had our polar bears, our wolves and stuff. But they had a tier 5 guy in their team. Thankfully, we had summoned animal. For 2 of our guys summoned animals, which really helped our combat. Like, seriously, because these animals that we summon, they get bonuses as well as the animals that we have on the battlefield. So technically we are giving massive bonuses to every single animal on the battlefield, and you could see that we were doing pretty good damage, especially our leader was doing pretty good damage as well, but we were still like falling behind with stuff. The only reason I would say that we were even in contesting for this gold wonder is basically because of our animals. Our animals were doing a lot of stuff right. And also our leader. Our leader was pretty tanky. I think so she was just straight up doing a great job of taking down those guys. Because obviously she does a great amount of damage while she's tanky as well. And secondly, obviously our animals also do a lot of damage. Which, just look at the polar bear like attacking, and you can know that they do a lot of damage in general. And I believe that's our wild speaker. The wild speaker does a lot of damage because that's a high leveled wild speaker promoted, I would say. Our wild speaker is well promoted. I think so that was a champion wild speaker while we're fighting there. I just don't remember at this point, but it was a crazy battle that we had. And we did lose, I think so, 2 units, I think there were 2 units that we lost. But in the end, what mattered was that we won that battle, and it was a crazy battle. It went down to the wire. We were most probably gonna lose another unit, which we did. We lost a bear, but that's the last thing that we lost in our battle. And with the simple like simply like take it out those little boys, we just simply like won the battle. We lost 3 units in that battle though. That was kind of really strong for the gold wonder compared to the previous one. Because previously when we did the Gold Wanderer, we did do it in a single sweep, but at the same time, our first Gold Wanderer, which was what we tried, it took us several tries. I did not record every single try, but I did show you guys how tough it was. And it was just our pure luck that our archer survived in that and we won that Gold Wonder. Our archer is pretty lucky. She survived a lot of battles. But yeah, no, our archer died, I think, in that. I don't know. But yeah, the Gold Wonder was a crazy battle in the previous video. If you guys have watched that. And this one was as crazy as the previous one, I would say. Oh yeah, we also made a rat named the Ryu the Rat. He's relevant. Just like he's relevant to me. Just kidding, Ryu. You're cutie. Then we also have Iskander the Loser. Since the previous King Iskander died to normal creeps out of all things. Like, how can you lose, bro? You literally had the best sword by the point I was in the game and still lost. Like, how? He had Lifestealer, which is the best sword of that point of the game. I can't get tier 5 items straight away. I don't think so, at least in, like, within the first 50 turns, I think. I don't think so I can get a tier 5 item. I'm pretty sure that is very broken otherwise. But yeah. After that, we cleared a few more wonders that were like lower rank than gold, since it was easy to take over wonders lower than gold rank. We also created another city, and we were like, yeah, let's continue expanding while we have a chance with it. We can take the gold wonders all to ourselves. And right after we've done clearing bronze and silver wonders near us, we decided to go to another war. You must be asking me, why are you concerned about the hunting dwarves? Why start a war while you're why are you not concerned about the hunting dwarves? Why do you start the war when you're already at war against them? There are a few reasons. Reason one would be that I'm prioritizing gold wonders, since I need to win by magic victory. And I see these dragon guys have like the gold wonder, one of the gold wonders I need. So I decided that yeah, I'm gonna defeat them. Reason 2, the hunting dwarves are so far away from me. They're literally on the other side of the map. So I have no worries, since they'll take like 69 years before they reach me. And now that the reasonings are out of the way, another tube. This time we get Nature's Wrath. And finally, another gold ancient wonder is what we get into. Now, if I'm correct, this gold wonder was not that tough to actually go through, because this time around our squad was pretty strong to deal with this situation. Though it does show that we were pretty weak, we could get more guys in our party, because we don't only have 6 guys in our party, we have more than 6 guys in our party. And if I put the AI on auto and you just have them use my spells, the AI uses the correct spell and stuff. So these are like bunch of dragons over there. And these are the dragons I was expecting, right? Dragons like these. I wasn't expecting a dragon that looked like a peacock. But, okay, that's fine by me as well. And, as you can see, these spells are doing great amount of job for us. Like, they're doing a great amount of damage. But at the same time, these dragons are also, like, having these AoE attacks, which are, like, doing so much damage to me. And I was hoping that we don't, like, screw things up. Because, like, we are pretty strong, but at the same time we should also be careful, because that thing scares me. The lich looking thing, like he's lich from Dota or something like that. No, that scares me. All right, that's crazy. But yeah, like we were taking some serious damage, and I think that I for a second thought that, oh, this was a mistake. But then again, I remembered that animals are crazy strong. Our tree basically provides animals with crazy amount of buffs, and just having them in our squad itself makes it great for us. Especially our leader. Our leader provides great buffs for our animals as well. So in general, we were doing great, honestly, considering our characters were about to die. Plus the regeneration. I also put a regeneration rune on our leader, I believe. not the rune, but her level up, and that helped out big time as well, because I decided that Silverleaf should be a full support instead of being your usual magic attack or anything like that. Because usually I would do something like, oh, the main guy needs to be certain time, certain. But with her, I decided, no, I'm good full support on her, because I think that is the perfect way to play her, because she seems like considering her buffs are for animals and stuff, right? I think it just seems right that she gets all the support that she needs, because she can be a great support in general with all of her support abilities, like just helping us out in the battlefield, and just like you see in this battle, like how she has been supporting her own teammates, and she has literally not been attacking or anything. And when she does attack, she attacks like a trunk, crazy amount of damage, which is great for us. And this was a battle that I thought so was pretty strong. And with that battle done, we move on to our next target. Right out of this crazy battle, we decided to go for a Tomb of Paradise, a tier 4 tomb, and we're pretty much closing it into our crazy victory. But before that, we do want to take over the Dragon City and make that our own. And it was a sweep. The Dragon City. The Dragon City was such a sweep that I didn't even need to bat an eye for that. They're pretty weak, and military-wise, we were already making great progress thanks to our animals. They were just so good with this nature affinity that we didn't need to do anything literally, and pretty much we won that battle and also took over that city. We decided to take over that city because we wanted to keep that wonder as well. And right after that, we decided to go the war against Gore again, who was the one who declared war in our first battle, if I remember correctly. I didn't care at that point. We were just too strong. We could even have a military victory, but I was determined to get a magic victory. So we decided to do one last ancient wonder. At this point, I didn't even need to try, because the ancient wonders was so weak to what we had. It just went like we hit like a truck at this point, because we had so many enchantment spells casted on us early on with all the researches we did, and also we had the animals with us. And with the tier 4 researching, we were about to unlock another spell which basically can make us into like elf people, which will be crazy strong in late game. Because once I use a tier 6 spell, I believe, we just I think that was tier 5, not tier 6, but we use that one spell which basically makes the whole thing green, I would say. That's what the spell is basically. It makes the whole map green. It basically makes so that every 2 turns you get an animal companion in your battle. Not only that, but it also gives plus 20% movement if you're elves. I think that is pretty broken, because I get to move towards the enemy pretty quickly and destroy them. So yeah, while we are passing time just chilling and letting turns go until our tier 5 was completed, I decided to destroy the hunting dwarves. Again, we just clean sweep with them. At this point, everybody is just dead. Everybody is just dying. There's just nothing they can do with our character. And with Xanderdead, we decided to cast our tier 6 spell, Age of Nature. The final tier spell is just that good, dude. It also lowers our casting points by 20% for nature affinity. Also summons tier 2 to 3 animals every 2 turns. Since we have the animal bonus, that's already crazy good. And since we have used the spell to bind the golden ancients with our city, everyone becomes our enemy. Except for Aurora the Radiant, because for some reason she just wants to be friends. Okay. And all I needed was to defend our Ancient of Wonder, Gold Wonder, for 15 turns. And oh boy, we totally wrecked it. There's literally nothing any of the factions could do against us because we were just that strong at that point. Even the adapter cities, there are at least 8 to 9 heroes with me who were just defending the cities. And I also had free income from the free cities and cities in general, I would say. So economy was never an issue. Honestly, if Aurora did attack us, I think we would be in trouble because we didn't have any kind of defenses on the cities that she was residing on. She was residing like on top right of the map, and we were like our main cities were like on the top of the island, and on top right of that island she was residing. And if she did attack us with from that top right island, I think we would have been in bit of a trouble, but she never did. So it was not a big issue at all. Since one of the guys we were at war, it was just easy target. We destroyed him more earlier, and the other was on the same island, has my massive as army. So they never stood a chance with our upgraded characters and promoted units. Especially, we were mostly rocking through tier 3, 4, and 5 units on a regular basis. If Destiny humans were beginner friendly, First Elves were domination friendly. If you have a little bit of experience on this game firsthand, you'll realize that First Elves are seriously good against a lot of these characters just because of their nature affinity suiting them, I would say. Now, I have no idea how good they are with other affinities, but I went with nature and that worked out for me. Again, I'm not the greatest gamer or anything, but I played this game on normal difficulty and it was an easy outing with the elves. It's a bit complex, but once you understand the concept of what needs to be done with nature affinity, you have an easy day out, unlike humans where I had an easy time understanding them, but having a hard time playing them. Next time around, we'll be coming back and playing Bloodfang Orcs. Bloodfang Orcs are basically of bad affinity, or like evil affinity, and they belong, I believe, to the chaos. Now, the evil alignment and belong to the chaos affinity. My bad. So we'll be destroying every single clan on our way out, and hopefully not get destroyed by ourselves. That's all I can hope for. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Peace out, boys.